Look, I don't know nothing about this. I don't know what they're trying to pull now.
Your Honor, my client has the means to take care of these girls, and she wants to take
It
care.
says here that her mother thought the means were ill-gotten.
Well, that's
What do you do for a living, Miss Jackson?
Well, I don't work, Your Honor, but my boyfriend does.
What does he do?
He owns his own businesses.
And where are the tax returns?
Well, he was working on getting them. And you know what, Your Honor, you keep asking me about my stuff. You need to be asking Monty about some of his secrets, because he got a whole lot of them. What's she talking about?
Your Honor, Mr. James was convicted of the rape of a 16-year-old girl 16 years ago, and we're afraid for the safety of the children.
Counselor, what do you have to say about this?
I wasn't aware, Your Honor.
It's right here in black and white. Yeah, he was sentenced to 8 years, has been on probation ever since his release.
I'll take this matter under advisement. I need to review the circumstances of this case. Adjourned.
So how long has he been screwing you? Huh? Because I know he can't afford you. Move. Hey, I'll have to tap that ass.
Get away from me. Get your hands off of me. Shut the hell up. I can't even stand to look at you right now. I asked you if there were any surprises. You said no. You're a rapist. You don't think that's something I should have known about? Don't touch me. Let me ask you a question. Did you or did you not go to jail for rape? Did you go to jail? Did you go to jail for rape, Monty?
Yes.
That's all I need to know. You know what? It doesn't even matter because you're a liar, Monty. You're filthy. You're a filthy liar. This case is over. Maya will call you and tell you when to return for the ruling. You don't need me anymore, Monty, and I certainly don't need you.
So there's a couple of lessons in there I want you to get. The first one is, here this man is, it doesn't tell us how old he is, but he's had his own kids, 3 to be exact. And something that happened when he was 16 is now affecting his custody of his kids. He was 16, and if you saw this story, you'll know the real thing of what happened is he's at this party. Teenagers, follow me. He's at this party where he probably shouldn't have been. He's a black male. Where my black males at? Stand up, black males. I just want to give you some reality. Stand up. You're a black male. Stand up. This black male is at this party with a bunch of white teens. And this young girl is attracted to him. And so she wants to hang out with him in the way that you teens have the desire to hang out. And her mom and father comes in and catches them. And the father says, did he force himself on you? And the girl in an instant says yes. And immediately he's convicted of rape. Sit down. Wrong place, at the wrong time, with the wrong people. For the wrong reason. It's sad to say, but there are some places that a black male should not go. There are some places that a black male should not go. One of them is inside of any girl's house, unless her parents are there and aware that you're there. Here it is, years later. This man's grown, and something he did when he was a kid is affecting his character. Judge doesn't even go look at the file to get the details of it. All she knows is that this black male wants custody of his 3 daughters, and he was convicted of rape. Now you follow that. It's kind of like going to apply for a job at a bank and you got theft on your record.
Come on.
I'm going to leave that one right there for you.
Keep preaching it in.
Some of us that have tattoos, and I got mine when I was already in the workforce. Some of us, if we could do it over again, we wouldn't get those. Can I be real? Because when you go to those people's job, Christopher, that's why I can't understand why some people let their teens get tattoos that blows my mind because professional people that are CEOs, they don't want you looking like you come out the ghetto. I mean, they don't, it's our story. I got 9 of them, so please understand, tattoo folks, I'm all about them, okay? I like them. But most of you can't see when I come sign up at your job. If I wear my long collar shirt, you don't even know I got this one.
Right.
But it's the decisions that we make when we're your age. We're just getting to college, we're having fun. We turn 21, we go get drunk, and we decide we want a tattoo. And we drunkenly get it. And our life is changed forever. The moment we decide to sneak out of the house because, man, that boy's so fine.
Oh my God.
Or the moment we decide to have company over because mom's not there. And we get caught up in the moment because it feels good at the moment. Our life is changed forever. Can I get a witness? The moment we decide to skip school and hang out with our friends because dancing's real fun and I'd rather dance than go to school because school's boring.
You bet not, Elmo.
And then I get in a car accident and my life is almost taken and I gotta call my mother to come get me from the hospital when I'm supposed to be at school.
Oh, come on.
I came to tell you today that accidents most likely happen when you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing anyway. Hey, because I remember the time of almost getting arrested in a house that was a pot house. Never smoked weed in a day in my life, but I was in the pot house. Didn't even know it was the weed house. I'm sorry. That's what y'all call it today. When I was that age, it was the pot house. Next thing I know, somebody's knocking at the door and everybody's climbing out the window. What does Green Pastor Val do? Sit there. Like, what's going on? Because I ain't guilty of nothing. And the police says, man, why did you sit there? Because I ain't did nothing. He said, you know, I actually believe you because what idiot was studying you. Do you realize you're in a weed house? I can tell you the apartment complex, I'm sure Jess can help me out. It's right on the, what is that, 103rd Street by the, not Eureka. Behind McDonald's.
California Gardens.
Anyway, that one there. So the man says, I tell you what, I'm thinking, oh my God, I gotta call my grandma. I'm worried about whooping everybody else is out the door gone. The man says, I tell you what, man, I'm gonna give you a trespass warning. I don't ever want to see you in this apartment complex again. So if you ever need a ride there, I ain't being funny, but I can't take it. Because the decisions that I made when I was 16 years old affect me even as your pastor. Now, I'll drop you at the Sheep, if it's still called the Sheep, on the corner of 103rd, but I ain't turning in those apartments. Because I made some bad decisions. And they affected my life. You guys understand that? Once you get arrested for anything, those of you that are in relationships, domestic violence, you ain't going to work in nobody's school.
Come on. No, not at all.
For the rest of your life, you're scarred. So teenagers, you get in these relationships, when you get older, make sure they're good ones. Walk away. You call the police if you want to. Both of y'all are going to jail. And so both of your records for the rest of your life. Why? Because ain't none of us in here got enough money to expunge all of them. I know y'all sure don't know what that means, but basically it means to hide. So the things that we try to, we want to pay all this money, we ain't got it. I don't have it, let me just say that. So right now, you get the choice to do the right thing because it's the right thing and because you want a future. You want to be able to determine where you work at. You don't want to have to go to McDonald's because you can't go. And with the brain that you have, you ought to be able to work on somebody's machine. You ought to be able to build a plane.
Amen.
You ought to be able to correct somebody's heart. But one bad decision will change your life forever. You know what the majority of black males end up doing? If they don't go in the military, they're working some labor job for $9 an hour. You can't take care of a family on $9 an hour. It's hard to take care of a family on $9 an hour. So I'm encouraging you decision. Because nothing you do and no good feeling you might get right now will be worth it when you're my age. Will be worth it when you're 25. You don't believe me? Ask your parents if there's some decisions that they wish they would have made differently. Some people they would have chosen a little bit better had they had the opportunity to.
Amen.
But you guys, man, you got it made, man. You still have the opportunity to make the right choice. What kind of grades you're making right now, Kiki, you can go to any college you want.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm speaking that your parents ain't even gonna have to pay for it because they're gonna want you. But one bad decision. I don't like this teacher. I ain't doing no work in this class. One bad decision will change your life forever. Point number one I want to make to you children today. The teachers don't owe you nothing.
Come on.
I already got my master's. Whether you learn is up to you, not to the teacher.
Right.
Every now and then we get teachers that really care, like Miss Shirley back here, who is a fanatic about science and loves her students like her own. You want to know how I know? Watch her Facebook page. During the school year, you see nothing but school, school, school. When most teachers are like, I can't. Is it 3:30 yet? But they don't owe you anything. Unfortunately, they're there to get a paycheck. You're there to get the knowledge that they already soaked in for years and years of sitting there listening to somebody else. So don't walk in like they owe you something because they don't. The only thing they owe you is the opportunity to learn. And you get that. The chance is, will you take it? Will you absorb everything that the teacher has to give you? Or will you just take a little bit of it? A little bit of nuggets. Oh, I need this to pass the test, so I'll learn this part. Some of us done did it. Come on, somebody. But the truth is, it's an opportunity to get everything they know you should want to know. Will you take advantage of that opportunity? Number two, class towns are not funny, they're not entertaining, and nobody picks them. If you interview, here's what I want y'all to think about. In your class right now, if the smartest kid in your class, if you're not the smartest kid in your class, if you have to interview with him or her 10, 20 years from now, will they hire you? Because we leave that lasting impression. I can think of some students that I went to school with that I wouldn't hire them. I wouldn't tell them I wouldn't hire them because there was a class time, didn't listen to the teacher, and was disrespectful. But guess what? I have a reason that was a better qualified. There was a better candidate that was better qualified. They might have less of an education. But I know they ain't going to get on my job and act a fool and clown around like they did. And yes, people change, but guess what? Your reputation goes before you. I know my reputation is going before you. So it's important. Class times aren't fun. They aren't cute. They aren't entertaining. Nobody picks them. Nobody picks them. Number three. You have one job when you're in school. That is to learn.
Amen.
That is to learn. You didn't come to make friends, kind of like church. Your job in church is to worship God. Not to make friends, not to be in the end clique, not to hang out with the pastor. It's to get closer to God. Amen. Same way at school. It's to get every bit of knowledge that that teacher has for you, so that you can grow and you can be interviewing people one day. Well, can I see your resume? Instead of you being the one always passing your resume out. You have an opportunity this school year to do something that you've never done before, and that's to do the right thing. That means when somebody's laughing, picking at somebody because their shoes don't match or they're not name brand, you have an opportunity to be a leader and say something about it. Or walk away, not join in the crowd and laugh with them. You have an opportunity to be a superstar. Because guess what? 20 years from now, I'm going to hire the kid that came up and said, it's really not funny. You don't know what his parents can afford or can't afford. I'm hiring that guy. he's taking an interest in what I got going on here. Not hiring that guy that's the one that's picking. And most people pick on people who have some flaws within themselves. Y'all follow that one. I'm challenging you this school year not to be a bully. Because I know that some of you in here are bullies. You're big bullies. Some of you get bullied. But it might be because your big sister or your big brother is bullying somebody else. And so you're reaping what you sow, but it's happening to somebody else that you love. So what you do affects your family. It trickles down. What you do affects your family. It trickles down. So you know, if you steal, I think your parents steal. I think they cheat. If you run your mouth, you talk back, I think they have the same attitude of talking back. Why? Because that's how I reflect you. You reflect me, parents, you gotta understand. Your kids reflect you. If they're humble and sweet like Dalen, then that's what you think his mom is. Till you move. Till you move up a little bit. So it ain't all, you follow what I'm saying? Some of us don't necessarily represent our parents. However, there are characteristics in every child in their parent. That just means Tanya have a little bit of everything.
That's right.
She won't mind.
I do.
Olivia
Not
is
at all.
sweet in my presence. When she get home, it's a whole nother thing, right? I know that. I know the story. Summer tries to tell me all the time, but I already know. Summer's just who she is all the time. You just have to get her right in check. And once you do that, you're fine. Alexis, she's the sneaky one. She pretends to be the mother hen. Oh, y'all know what the mother hens do, don't you? I love you, Alexis. I love you, Summer. Love you, Olivia. Love you, David. Just had to use y'all as an example. So that everybody can see that you are a reflection of your parents. This school year, I want to see you stand out, not fit in.
Yes.
I want to see you stand out. People should be like, you know, Anaya, she weird. We make all these funny jokes about people and she never laughs. You know, Tori, something's different about her, man. She tells her mom everything. What's wrong with her? Her mom also carries a little weapon.
I said, look either way.
Amen.
Oh.
Amen. So I'm going to leave the kids with these four things, and then I want to move to the parents. Everything you do has repercussions.
Amen.
It comes back to you one way or another. Number two, you cannot escape the consequences of your actions.
Amen.
What you do comes back to you. Old folks like to say, what goes around comes around. And number four, your actions all have consequences. So don't ever be fooled into thinking that your actions don't. Don't think you can get away with bad choices even if you don't seem to get caught. Remember verse 7 told us that God cannot be mocked. He sees it all. Whatever you sow, you reap. What will you sow this school year? Will you take time out to study for tests? Will you be respectful to your teacher even when you don't like what she's saying? Will you be respectful to your parents? Will you be respectful to the bus drivers? Will you be respectful to the cafeteria workers? Everything you do affects you. You will see the repercussions. Now the kids will love this because it's time to talk to the parents. Proverbs, we have Proverbs 22:6. Start children off on the way they should go, and even when they are old, they will not turn from it. This I can kind of, and my wife can vouch for this. My mother is a neat freak. She has to clean her house before she will leave. So she won't leave a dirty dish. That's a trait that I inherited. So you can't be mad. She just trained me that, you don't leave shoes in the middle of the floor. You put them where they belong, right? And you wash the dishes. Y'all laughing, y'all got the same issue, y'all. But it's because that's how she trained me. How are you training up your child? I want to share something with you all. Children normally treat the people that they interact with the way you talk about them.
Come on.
So I can tell when you got an out with me because your kids seem to have an out with me, and they act funny and don't want to speak till they get out of that out. You talk about the teachers and you wonder why they don't respect them. Because you don't respect them. So I want to leave you with 10 commandments of the Christian family going to school. Number 1, thou shalt not depend on the school for moral and spiritual teaching, even if they go to a Christian school. I'm more concerned that there's no prayer at home than there is at school.
That's good.
Everybody always, we need to get prayer back in school. Can we start at home first?
Come on.
Can we wake up and pray with our children before we sit them out?
Yes, that's good.
Deuteronomy 6:5-9 says, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength. These commandments I give you today are to be upon your hearts. This is to the parents. We don't get any further until this is done. Are you loving God with all of your heart and all of your strength? The message to life must be yours before you can pass it on. That life must be yours before you can pass it on. Doesn't matter what you teach them, they will grow up just like you. If you don't have the first part, you will just dispense religion, rules, and regulation. And all this will produce is rebellion.
My God.
Number 2, thou shalt not compare your child's progress with their brother or sister or any other child. Why can't you be more like? Psalms 139 said that we're fearfully and wonderfully made. You need to believe that about each one of your children. You need to train them up in the way that they should go, not just the rights, but the wrongs. You need to teach them about what's wrong and what's right. See, sometimes we get so caught up about teaching them what's right that we forget to go to the wrong part. It's disrespectful to talk back to an adult. Disrespectful not to call an adult Mr. or Mrs. So I had a conversation about this, and I know some people feel comfortable with children calling them by their first name, but in this ministry, when we're in a ministry capacity, it's Mr. Santana, it's Miss Shamika, it's Miss Dallas in this ministry. If I were to call somebody by their first name, my mouth hurt right now just thinking about it. My grandmother would have just, oh, Jesus. So it has to have some kind of salutation in front of it. Do you prefer Mr. or Mrs. Sway? Okay, Mr. Sway. Not Sway. It's not acceptable. Miss K or Lady K? We don't do first names. We're not equals. I'm an adult. You need to see me as an adult. And using the term Mr. or Mrs., it reminds the children that we're not equal. Don't call me Valerie. We're not equal. I can still relate to you. I can still listen to your woes of your boy problems, but it's Pastor now. Amen? Amen. Thou shalt teach them to do their best, yet leaving room for failure. verse says, whatever your hands find to do, do it with all your might. Their might isn't your might. Not so important to be the best as it is to do your best. Y'all better heed that, parents, because that's a mistake a lot of y'all make. Number 4, thou shalt be aware of general content of what is being taught. School, church, and home. What are the school books? The teachers, what's their background? What projects do the children have this year? Support your kids in special projects. I've seen some ugly stuff on other people's fridge, but everything the kids give me is just art. Follow that. I've seen some ugly stuff on other people's fridge, but every drawing Kizzy and Dalen has given me is art. Follow me. It's art. You don't know what it is. It's art. Come on, somebody. Parents, y'all didn't catch that one. It's art. Look like art. It's art. Thou shalt not criticize teachers in their presence,
Amen.
in kids' presence. You break down authority when you do that. And it affects you as parents, it affects leaders, and it affects all authoritarian figures. What I've learned is that the kids that seem to have problems with authority, their parents really have problems with authority for whatever reason. And that trickles down. But it is demeaning and it won't help your cause if you criticize your kids' teachers in their presence. You can think that she or he is the worst teacher ever. They should never hear that come out of your mouth. So when they say, so-and-so is awful, you should say, well, you know, she's a teacher. And she's earned the right to be here because she's met the qualifications of Duval County, which is to have this degree, blah, 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 blah. And so let me go speak with her. And when you have that conversation, you come back, and most of the time, the teacher ain't the problem. So you really only make yourself look bad when you start criticizing the teacher in front of your child. Because I can tell you, some of y'all child, if I had to deal with them every day, what? You don't even want to deal with them every day. How you mad at the teachers?
That's good.
Help me help you. Help me help you. Number 6. Thou shalt laugh often. Proverbs 17. Many homes are not a happy place. Are you fun to live with, parents? Most kids think I'm hilarious. What do your kids think of you? Some of you parents are as much fun as planters. Say yes more often. Lighten up. Number 7. Thou shalt respect and show an interest in knowing your kids' friends. Friends are the most important thing in your kids' life right now, especially teenagers. A teen survey asked them what was most important. 80% said friendship. 60% said family. At least family was second. 93% of them enjoy friends. 67% enjoy their moms, and 60% enjoy their dads. You ask me, Pastor, how can I handle my kid? Don't handle them, relate to them. Number 8. Parents will be in my office after this one. Thou shalt treat teens like adults, but expect them to act like kids at least 2 days a week. A teenager will act like a baby if you don't treat them like adults. Why? Because some adults do it too. Y'all ever get in y'all pissy fits? I'm mad today, I'm mad. Your younger children think you're great. The teens think you're old. Therefore, if you can be half as wonderful as your children think you are, and only half as dumb as your teens think you are, you're on the right track. Your teen asks you an answer to a question and you don't know it, tell them you need to think about it for a minute and go Google the answer. Trying to help y'all out. Give them room to grow. Try to recognize opportunities to trust their judgment. Number 9. They'll love this one. Thou shalt keep in check the over principles. Keep them in check, parents. Overprotection. Oh, somebody's going to get my child. They'll bring them back. They'll bring them back. Over control. Controlling too much. They're teens. They got some things they got to learn the hard way. Overindulge. Overliterate. And overreact. Major on the minor things. Some of you go major on minor things. Learn which is which. Number 10. Thou shalt maintain a home of security. Your relationship is the greatest example for your children. Goal. Make your home a place where the prodigal comes back to it. Remember, the prodigal left the same house. Don't need to look further than the older brother to see why he left. Don't need to look any further than the father to see why he came back. Encourage, encourage, encourage. Nothing motivates like encouragement. So much belittles in this world, it steals our security. Encouragement attracts. Your kids need to be encouraged whether they are doing good or bad. Let your voice be a well of life for your kids. Everybody know what a well is?
Yes.
It's where you can go and get water. You need to be a well of life for your kids. So when they come home and they made the worst grade in the class and everybody laughed at them, man, that's really not the time for you to ridicule them. I'm trying to help somebody. That's the time for you to encourage them. You know what? It's okay. You can do better next time. But who wants to do better when I already got laughed at school, and then I come home and my brothers and sisters and my mom and my daddy laughing at me again? Where's the encouragement? Where's the encouragement? We appreciate a person who does. We affirm who a person is. Children learn what they live. If a child lives with criticism, they learn to condemn. They live with hostility, they fight. They live with ridicule, they learn to be shy. If they live with shame, they learn to feel guilty. If they live with tolerance, they learn to be patient. If they live with encouragement, they learn to be confident. They live with praise, they learn to appreciate. They live with fairness, they learn justice. They live with security, they have faith. They live with approval, they like themselves. So much of how your children feel about themselves is from you and their siblings. They live with acceptance, they learn friendship. This school year, I want to challenge you parents to be better parents. Because if you can admit it, last year you might have not done such a great job. You told, I'm just going to use because Christopher's gone now. You told Christopher that you don't understand why he can't make straight A's like Kizzy. You crushed that straight A attitude right there. Why? Because Christopher could never be Kizzy.
Amen.
She's just too cute. That's just cute.
Amen.
I got you, Chris. It was just an example. Actually, Christopher could never be Kizzy because Christopher is Christopher. And God made him beautifully and wonderfully. And I'm sure now that he's in college and going to classes, I'm sure he can look back on some days in school and wish he paid a little more attention to something that didn't seem important? Can I get a witness? Some of you adults that are in college right now, are you looking back and wishing that you would have paid a little more attention when that lady was talking about algebra? Because you said, I ain't never going to need algebra ever again.
Come on.
I remember saying I was never going to need geometry and trigonometry until I became a sheet metal worker. I was like,
Come on.
oh, dang. Right? Because I just did enough to get by. You know how you have that class you don't like, and if you get a C, man, you're excited. You get home and your mom's like, you got a C, and you're like, I'm glad I got a C. Man, I begged the teacher for that C. You have the opportunity to not have to beg for a C. That's good. You should probably get an A. And you can get an A if you'll just apply yourself a little bit harder. See, because the video games that you all like to play, they won't make you any money. You have to know how to design them and create them. Playing them won't teach you that.
Amen.
Amen? Amen. All right, parents, I done beat y'all up enough. Now I want to talk to the rest of us. Bus drivers, what's your attitude when they get on your bus? Because you set the atmosphere. I know one bus driver, so I'm just talking. You set the atmosphere for their entire day.
Yeah.
They get on the bus, hey, y'all shut up!
That's why I'm driving a bus.
You just created an environment of hostility. You know what I would do if I was a bus driver? I don't even know if you can do this, so don't take my advice and get fired. If I was driving the bus and the kids got out of hand, I would stop the bus and begin to pray. Even if it got them to be quiet just to hear what I was saying, I won for that moment. Now, I can't say on camera what I would do after that. But if you're singing a praise song when they get on the bus, man, think of how much different that is. And then you say, hey guys, listen, I want to get you to school safely. And to do that, I need an atmosphere of, you can talk. But use your, as people like to tell me, use your inside voice. Use your inside voice. That will have their attitudes so much more willing than saying, hey, hush up that noise, man, I'm trying to drive this bus. Or threatening to kick them off the bus, because that was probably what I would do. Right? So bus drivers, you set the atmosphere. Parents, you actually started. No child should go to school without seeing your face in the morning. I don't care how tired you are. I don't care what hours you work. The first thing they should see in the morning is your smiling face. Go, wake up, Dalen. It's the first day of school. That's what he's going to hear tomorrow when I waking him up. And he knows I'm going to be just that excited. And he's going to have sleep running all out of his mouth and his eyes and be like, who that crazy pastor is? This early, it's too early for this. But your excitement in them going to school and waking them up will trickle over to them. I don't care how much Alexis likes to sleep. Tomorrow she's going to high school for the first time. There's going to be so much excitement. I'm tempted to come there and wake her up too. I'm thinking about it. Who didn't do up there? These two, they don't like to wake up.
They go to the same school.
See, he's talking about he gonna be asleep. Don't be surprised you get that up. Actually, I'm not quietly, so I can come in and be like, you gonna be asleep, you gonna be asleep. I'll be like, wake up! See, I see you smiling. See, I see you. Parents, your face should be seen. My wife laughing because she knows that's what's gonna happen tomorrow. I gotta figure out where you live and where they live. I know where they live at. Your face should be seen before they leave the house to go to school. So if they leave at 7, 6 something to get there at 7, 5, then you need to wake up at 4:45, and there needs to be some interaction with them before they leave to go to school. Are you following, parents? I tell you what, y'all gotta have kids. When y'all see me next Sunday, you're gonna verify or not that you saw your parent's face, unless your parent has to leave for work early, but even then, I'm gonna wake up, baby. I gotta go to work, but I'm gonna see you when you get out from school, okay? You need to see their face when they rise in the morning. They need to see your face. So however you gotta work it out. Now, y'all parents don't want me to preach about you. So don't have the children come. You know they're gonna be at my office. My mama was asleep. She didn't wake up and see me at the office. And don't let them borrow the phone because they're gonna call me. This one, he'll be the first one. Hey, Ma didn't wake up. She was gone or she was asleep. It's important. It's important that they see your face. I'm telling you, some of you that have had some problem with your children, if you will wake up in the morning, let them see your face, and I dare you to pray with them. I dare you to pray with them before you send them off to school. I dare you to. I double dare you. I triple dare you. With ice cream on top. Pray with them and watch. Just do it this week. That's all I'm asking. Do it the first week of school. If nothing changes, you ain't never got to pray with them again. But if something changes with the ones that have been troubled, I suggest you follow it because it works. It's working. You got to change your attitude about them before they can change their attitude about themselves. All of you who know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that's got kids, you all play a part. When they come in here on Sunday and they're telling you about their week, or when they're in there on Thursday and they're giving a water walking moment, you have a duty to listen and to encourage them. That's your duty. Your duty is to ask them. They'll tell you, most kids will say, when they're in school, what's the first thing I ask them? How was your day? That's my favorite line. We should all be wondering how their day was. Why? Because they're the future leaders. Somebody in here is going to take my job and be the pastor one day. I would say we need to sow some good seeds. Amen? Amen? Amen. This school year, I want to challenge you to do your best. If your best is an A, awesome! If your best is a B, awesome! If your best is a C, awesome! If your best is a D, come see me. And below. A, awesome. B, awesome. C, awesome. D, come see me. Everybody got that? Come see me.
Can we do that with C?
Yes.
Parents, you can do that with C. But I believe that there are some children in our midst that a C is an A. So again, here we go discrediting a C. A C passes. You know she got a C. Amen. Thank God. All I need is one witness. We all want A's and B's, but some of us learn differently. So I know parents, I know we all, listen, I'm the hardest on these kids, okay? I want A's and B's. I don't reward C's, right? I mean, I don't take you somewhere to get A's, B's, and C's, right? I mean, so I'm all about that. But we have to acknowledge that not everybody learns in the same capacity. And so a C for some children is an A. Amen? Amen. So I hope that answers your question. At this time, I'm going to ask all the youth, all of the teachers, anybody involved in the school system to come forward so that I can pray.